Hello, wonderful Melee people. Here's a new edition of the EU Melee News Report. It's lighter than the last one, so enjoy! First of all, I would like to remind you that you can add any relevant information you stumble across to the EU Melee News Report draft. You can subscribe to this report in several formats: in written format, on Reddit, or through the news channel on the SSBM EU Discord. As a podcast, by looking for EU Melee News Report in your favorite podcast manager or on Anchor, and as a video edited by Go. Same 2021. The upset was a heroic story of beautiful sets, legal battles, comebacks, revenge, and also a prize pool offered by the amazing Jim Morrison. You can note that upcoming tournaments in the circuit will all have a donation-based prize pool, starting with Phoenix Blue on March 26 and 27. If you have any extra money lying around, feel free to donate. Crews were really hype after Finland destroying Italy, although maybe the result would have not been as painful if Mirko's win against Levangi had been counted, and Belgium cruising through the great newcomers. Ireland took a win against Austria, and France edged it out against the Netherlands. The three people who took the most stocks, Valhalla and upset included, were Levangi, Maje, and Nicholas. Congratulations to everyone. Crews are so hype, and it's a pleasure to have such a great circuit going on for the entire year. Puello Software also organized a volleyball side event. I loved one video in particular, made by Finnish player ducc, who won the tournament.
You let him know, baby. Who's the king? Who's the king? I'm the king, baby. Let him know.
As for the main event results, they were really interesting. Pipsqueak and Nikki were supposed to win the doubles tournament and lost an early bracket against Amsa and Knuckles, which was unexpected to say the least. They got their revenge in the end and managed to even make first play after a truly impressive losers run. As for singles results, Leffen came back in full force, even though he had a lot of Urat and Valhalla pressure on him. Speaking of pressure, Pipsqueak ended up 5th, which was a really good placing, but may have been a bit influenced by the fact that people really wanted him to win again. Mo made an impressive run, finishing 9th. He's the third low tier to get same points with Nicholas, who plays Young Link, and Schoolbro, who played Dr. Mario. Our friends at Liquipedia have compiled a beautiful leaderboard. Leffen, Pipsqueak, and Frenzy are now top 3 of the circuit. In doubles, since there was no Valhalla edition, the leaderboard is also the ranking of the upset. Fun fact found by Lafungo: 4 people in top 16 participated in only one event. Triff, Nikki, and Solo Battle didn't take part in Valhalla, and Mackenzie was the only one who did Valhalla, but not the upset. See you soon for more fun facts. And I'd just like to finish with a little bit of French pride. And no, don't worry, I'm not going to dunk on the Dutch. I just wanted to point out that over the past 2 editions, and for the rest of the year, the same circuit has an official French stream by the Pugilat des Étoiles, an org co-founded by Foster. I love their work, and if you speak a little bit of French, you definitely want to check them out and support them in their work. They do a lot for the scene over here. The Smash World Tour is back. And for Europe, we're going to have regional finals in August if sanitary conditions allow. A panel, composed mostly of Fate and HF LAN staff due to the 2020 partnership with those 2 tournaments, will decide on who best represents Europe. 16 people will battle it out to make it into the World Finals and compete for a gigantic cash prize. I'm sure we're all really excited to learn more about the tour. Coaching news. Kohn's Academy has a guaranteed place in my heart and in this report, as you know. Kohn has added 2 new coaches in the academy, Mackenzie and Zuppi. The academy is now also organizing a students' league, where students will compete against each other in different brackets per level and try to qualify for the above league or defend their place from their rivals. As for Leffen, I mentioned his coaching service in my latest report. He has since then launched his Patreon, where people can sign up to consume content or be coached personally. Future projects. I'm really impressed with Vlug's list of ideas for the scene, so I decided to share them here. If you're interested in any of them, you should definitely reach out to him. Here are his ideas. A tier list of best characters for beginners ranked by learning curves. A timeline of a history of Melee in terms of software, changing from PAL to NTSC, UCF, Slippy, etc. A document giving beginners tips for doubles. An initiative sharing EU Melee news. It's not a rival to my report. It would be a Twitter account that posted one important thing per day. And finally, creating a Gloomshot-like bot that posts Melee clips, but only European ones. And finally, for some community news. Maya made a tier list of characters ranked by how well they teach you the fundamentals of Melee. Feel free to discuss the tier list. Send good wishes to Renzo, who injured his hand and won't be able to play for a month at the very least. If you have ideas for him to pass the time and evacuate the frustration, I'm sure he'll appreciate that too. We all wish him a full recovery as soon as possible. And let's finish with a little bit of worldwide news. Diet Melee now has way more versions for all computer capacities, making Melee even more accessible to anyone. And that's it for today. Thank you for following the EU Melee News Report and have a great day. See you in 2 weeks. And don't forget to post feedback to help Go and I improve. Bye!